Hey there, so today we have another video, and this is the third blind tasting. This is actually the night before I fly out to Fort Worth. So, fly out to Fort Worth and I have about a day and a half until the actual exam. So, how do I feel? Meh. So, let's say so-so to good, but I think a lot of that is not through preparation, just through... Anyway. Let's just get through this blind tasting and see how it goes. This beer comes in a kind of medium gold color. It has a pretty decent clarity to it. Good amount of carb. What is that? What is that? It smells German. You get like Pilsner malt in that guy. Here's a little bit of sulfur. Yep, sharp bitterness, crisp, lingering bitterness. This could be one of two things, which is Czech Pils or German Pils, right? The color gives me a hint of that lingering, rounded bitterness. I usually find that German Pils should be a little bit more sharp, a little bit more harsh. This has a round character to it with the bitterness, and then just that slightly darker color sort of tells me of like, yeah, it's just a little too dark, just a little hair too dark. So this is beer one. I'm going to go, you have to go, what I can get is like Pilsner Call, Czech water. That could be Pilsner Call, but that puts two under. We usually see beer Czech Premium Pale Lager. Next dark beer would be this one. Beer comes in a medium, light brown color. You get a little bit of this kind of brownish hue on the, kind of like light brown hues on the edges. Tannish kind of head. Smell dark fruits, spices, clove, ripe banana, cooked apples, dried fruit. Cheers. Number three is boozy. Number three is definitely Belgian. Get tons of dried figs. That combination of like clove, white pepper spice, light kind of mocha character to it. Very light kind of mocha character to it. Lysed raisins, figs. Definitely seems a lot more concentrated and dark in color than Bibble. I'm going to go with Belgian dark strong ale. Lingering bitterness is a little bit concerning. Boozy. It could be heavy out of the other options. Too much character. Too much fermentation character and carbonation should be double bought, but that's another option, I'd say. Obviously, the other option could be double, but I think it's concentrated enough and higher in alcohol enough to get you to dark strong. Next darkest beer is sort of pretty close. Let's go with number two then, right? Very dark beer. Wonderful kind of like light tan or medium brown head on that. Very, very dark. Very, very dark. Ashy, roasty. Like also maybe some diacetyl possible. Cheers. Number two. Very ashy and burnt. I'll probably confirm the diacetyl. It has that continental roasty ashiness. rich, um, rich beer, lots of lots of ashiness, dry, like tobacco, and almost like very very dark beer. Like you get like espresso beans, woozy bitterness. You get again dry tobacco, um, lots of lingering dryness to the beer. You get a little booziness. Sends me to very specific beer, which would be, um, I mean, it could be tropical stout. It could be Baltic porter, but it's very dark. It's very dry. But I'm going for an extra stout. I'm going Guinness for an extra stout. But that's my number one. That's my number one. That's my number one. Number four. So this beer, it's also pitch black. Not as much head on that. It's being produced. Roasty, burnt, ashy too. Yeah, so this is much smaller beer. Excuse me. Number four. That's really hard. Wow. This puts you everywhere. It's a relatively non-stick moderate alcohol dark beer. I have a clue though. I'm writing down Irish stout, oatmeal stout, English porter, not American porter, not American stout. Irish extra stout. As I drink it more, it just feels a little too dark in that English porter, at least appearance wise. But it has that kind of like trashy, kind of like ester that I associate with Samuel Smith's. This could be Samuel with Imperial Stout. It also could be Samuel Smith English, but it's too dark. It's just too dark. I mean, there's just, you see these two beers are just pitch black. I have to get English porter out of the conversation. Can't be American brown ale. Just doesn't seem as dry to be Irish stout. It's a little bit watery. I don't seem to get the texture and flavor of oatmeal stout. The hint of dark fruit in there. I'm just gonna call English porter and hope that this works. Number three, I feel strong about Belgium. Not strong. Number two. That's so intense and more. It's more bitter and roasty. Man, that's intense beer. Yeah. I mean, obviously it could be Imperial Stout too. Let me put that down. But it's definitely elevated in alcohol, concentrated like that. This is light stroke. This is also light stroke, I believe. Yeah, for sure light stroke. Like, just into that. It feels round enough to be checked in the The other beer could obviously be German Pills, which is like too dark for it. So let's call it number one. Called it perfect. Sorry, excuse me. Called it perfect. Love that. Number 3, 194. Let's go. Yes, we're short 10. I haven't had that beer forever. Still got that. Love it. Right, number 3. Yes. Next beer we did was number 2. Yes, for an extra stout. Got it. English Porter. Yeah! 4-4. Master Cicerone level. Alright. So confirmation bias. I got 3 out of 4 on the first one. Like, terrible on the second one. And then I got 4 out of 4 on this one. Wow. And that's Master Cicerone level. Like, I didn't even get options. That one's easy. That one you should be able to get between German Pills. That one, I mean, what else could it be? A little double. I mean, you're wrong if you want to be heavy on that. Actually, I do have to double bottom in the fridge, so maybe I'll crack that open to compare and contrast. And then this one was hard, and I didn't realize how dark this beer is. But it's that trick. Is that like burnt, rotten? It's like a rotten, trashy apple type thing. Wow. You know what? I went back and forth. I mean, on this list I have Irish Stout, Oatmeal Stout, English Porter Cross Stout, Irish Extra Stout, Imperial Stout, and then I wrote down English Porter is my last option. This one I was quite sure of, because this one I've done blind before. Katie's actually bought this beer blind before. It's a very distinct beer. I think you could maybe... It's just too ashy and bitter to be tropical stout. Too intense and dark to be Baltic Porter. You could maybe get it confused with the British Imperial Stout, but there's just so few examples out there to sort of compare it with. And then there's that just kind of like there's intentionally like diacetyl production in this beer, and it's a little bit off-putting, and it's weird because like I didn't pick up the diacetyl off this one. Yeah. Is that the diacetyl or the light struck? I'm getting light struck and diacetyl, so that's a really funky kind of like double flavor. So these are like 2 diacetyl bombs that you're getting. Like this one, these 2 commercially have to be the highest, like parts per million, like or at least. First, these are 2 of the few beers that actually have like a lot of diacetyl. Actually, the Old Speckled Hen had tons of diacetyl, like these 2 also. So there's like commercial examples. If you don't learn diacetyl, you can learn commercial examples. They're quite prevalent in some certain styles. And you should be able to get this one certainly getting in, that Old Speckled Hen, which is not really like a commercial example of BGCP, but it is a commercially made beer with tons of diacetyl in it. So, and the fillers beers, I've noticed you get some of that too. So 4 out of 4. Very happy with that. Again, I don't think this is the hardest part of my test. I think solid distinction is going to be relatively easy. Let's just hope those all flavor kits I work on with the guys tomorrow smacks hard, and I really get those down. And if I get those, I mean, I don't see how I can fail this test. Like solid distinction and commercial. There's a lot of things that I need to mess up for me personally. I feel to not have it a cakewalk on this test day, but again, I'm just talking out of my butt. Like this is what confidence does here. Right? You do 4 beers in line, and you're able to call them all out. Like how I was able to call these 2 out specifically. Hell, I called this one. I said Sam Smith, right? So I basically did 4 beers blind, and then called the actual beers they are. But then again, my options are very limited. Like, you throw in some other curveballs, some tropical stouts that I haven't tasted in a while. You throw in some Baltic Porters that I haven't tasted, throw Zena Brikoff in there. I haven't had that beer in like a decade. What do I know? So, anyway, that's cool. Wish me luck on the test. That was a fun one. Until next time, guys. Cheers. Later.